Hello, everyone, and welcome to the debut episode of SwaggBae After Dark. Even though I'm not really recording this so much as like the time slot I actually want to record these episodes at, but either way, this is technically an introduction episode. But but basically, this is gonna be this is just gonna be some kind of like little experiment that I wanted to try to do for quite some time about whether or not if I can just like wing a whole podcast or whatnot, um, and just it's just basically the whole idea of behind this podcast is that I'm just going to just like anything that comes up to the top of my head, I'm going to say here on the mic. However long I might end up, recording and whatnot, I might have people on to also want to do the same thing, but again, I like for the most part, like unless I do, it's mainly just gonna be me, just talking about things and whatnot. It could be movies, it can be how I feel about current events and whatnot. But it's basically a brain dump podcast is what I'm just gonna call SwaggBae After Dark. But yeah, for those of you who don't know, I'm SwaggBae. I am a YouTuber and a live streamer based out of New Jersey and whatnot. But either way, I'm I'm sorry. I'm trying I'm trying the best I can to get my words. But hey, that's gonna be the nature of this podcast. Is if I have trouble trying to say things and whatnot, not to say that I don't have trouble saying things, but I'm saying if I'm struggling to like get the kind of topic I want, off the top of my head, then like, okay, this is definitely that kind of podcast. But so as I mentioned, just like seconds earlier, I could be talking about whatever is on my mind. Is again, I already mentioned, current events. It could be obviously movies, games, anime that I'm currently watching, my collection of physical media behind me or whatnot, and what I've been wanting to get into. I finally got to watch for the very first time at the end of 2025. I want to pull it out from my shelf, but I finally watched The Crow with Brandon Lee, the late Brandon Lee, not the 2024 remake with Bill Skarsgård or the multiple sequels I found out to the first one here, but the tried and true original right here, based off of the comic. And that's what I mean when I say when I say like the original film. When I say original, like as in like original movie, I mean like the original movie, like as in like the first adaptation that is the good one, and it is very good. I love The Crow. I hadn't had a chance to make a video about it and whatnot, but I figure since this is the introduction episode and whatnot, I feel like at the very least I did want to talk about it for just a brief bit. But I knew a little bit, I knew a tiny bit about The Crow from like videos online. More specifically, like it was like a Watch Mojo video or whatnot that this movie was mentioned or something. I knew about the unfortunate death of Lee during the shooting of the movie, and that his stunt double had to take over for the rest of the production, which, if anyone is wondering, is Chad tells. I can't pronounce his name. I have to like pull up his name. But I'll just call him Chad. But Chad basically is the director of the first John Wick. Yeah, that was fun knowledge knowing. that was fun knowledge knowing that the director of John Wick is literally Brandon Lee's stunt double for this movie, who filled out like the rest of it of production when his unfortunate passing happened. But to not try to make this first episode go so grim, I love this movie like wholeheartedly. I said this after I finished watching this on my Blue Sky, that this is probably my favorite comic book movie ever. I think I wholeheartedly believe it. Like, I don't think I'm gonna like any other comic book movie other than this one. Like, because the thing with me with comic book movies and whatnot, like, see, like I definitely was like everyone else, like when I like got into it when it came to like the MCU, like, when it came to like Avengers 2012. Uh, I didn't watch Age of Ultron. I basically watched a good chunk of Marvel movies uh in the early 2010s up to 2019, and then maybe like just a few more movies after Endgame. But I like my by the time I got to Endgame, my brain was just like, I just need a fucking break. I just don't want to watch this anymore. And I mean, it wasn't just Marvel. There was also, of course, DC. I watched Aquaman, which I thought was okay. Shazam, I had a fun time with, but I still, like, I'm happy now. Now that I finally watched The Crow, I'm very happy to say that this is my favorite comic book movie ever made. like my favorite, not the best, not the best movie ever, the best comic book movie ever made. My favorite. I don't. Although I feel like if there were a ranking of like the best comic book movies of all time, I feel like this would probably make it somewhere in the top 10 or 20. I feel like it deserves it. But again, that could be totally dependent on how you feel about it. If you like the gothic elements and whatnot, if you like the dark atmosphere, then you'll absolutely love it. I truly love it. I've listened to like a bit of like like uh I went to like a bit of like gothic rock or whatnot. Even though I'm not like totally familiar with the genre, but like uh I know of like The Cure and like I want it, and like I think that was it the I think the Banshees and Joy Division. I've heard of the names, um, but it's mainly of the music of The Cure that I'm most familiar with. And had kind of listened to on and off for the past like couple years, and the opening theme for this in Burn, which technically comes a little bit later in the movie. I'm sorry, I'm getting into spoilers, and I should have said spoiler alert a little earlier, but yeah, spoiler alert now. Earlier in the movie, um, well, the actual song "Burn" does not play until like a little bit later into the opening. Uh, after sorry, it's taking me time to remember character names. Fuck. Now I have to actually go back to the back coverage first. Where's it? Okay, well I don't see I don't see it on the back cover. Eric Draven. There we go. Okay, it really. I can't believe I took almost a minute. Eric Draven. When Eric Draven wakes up, it was like it's like not too long after Eric Draven gets up. It's during his like traumatic uh relapse and whatnot from the night he was murdered, which in the film universe, in the well in like the universe of like the comic, again I can't really say for certain because I haven't read the comic, but I know I think it's still going. I could be wrong, but at least for like the first comics, um there, or at least for the movie, like they are he's reliving the traumatic flashback of when the his death happened, which was, I guess you can say, like this film universe's this comic book universe's take on like like, I can't remember off the top of my head the like the one like the one like day or whatnot, like either before Halloween or like, oh no, Mischief Night. It's like it's kind of like a mob take, like a gangster take on like Mischief Night or whatnot. I forgot what they called it in the movie. Um, but uh, either way, Eric was murdered, and well, Eric and his wife were murdered then, and it was like not too long after the opening. Not too long into his relapse that Burn like finally plays, and he starts donning the iconic makeup that you also see on the front cover for the movie. Yeah. Uh, after seeing that, I'm like, okay, I think I might actually don the hairstyle because I've been thinking about having longer like I like I'm sorry, I'm trying to remember my thoughts. Um, this year will officially mark 5 years since I started growing my hair out. Um, but as far as like one like a hair like I was looking to previously, I can't remember saying previously because I might still actually go for it. Uh, but initially it was like I was looking to see if I can pull an Eddie Vedder from Pearl Jam in like the 90s or the late Michael Hutchence from Australian band Inxis. But um but I think now that I've finally seen this movie, I don't know. I think I might actually don the Eric Draven style. I might actually go for Eric Draven. But uh yeah, I love this wholeheartedly. Um I do think I love like again I already mentioned I love the dark gothic atmosphere. Again, the rest of the soundtrack is pretty cool. There's a cover of a Joy Division song that's performed by Nine Inch Nails, which is nice and gritty. Which is uh, I found out that the track "Big Empty" by Stone Temple Pilots is actually kind of also based off of a Brand's unfortunate death, so that's a bit meta. If I am getting that correctly, so if I am getting that right, then that's pretty meta. Like that Big Empty was actually made in tribute to Brandon Lee. Uh, I loved I love the crime syndicate in the movie. Obviously, like the main like gang and whatnot that killed Eric and then like raped and killed his wife and whatnot. Uh, you know, like obviously what they did is fucked up, but they kind of feel like fun characters for whatever reason. I can't really like explain it, but I loved how like it mixed like it goes from being like a bit goes from like being like dark and gritty um to like kind of goofy in like a few minutes, and then we're like but more specifically that it blends between being really dark and whatnot and being kind of goofy, and I loved it. For for kind of splitting in between because like nowadays I don't think people would quite get it, or if it was, or maybe if it was like a decade or two before, I don't think people would quite grasp it. But this was really said like the right time. It's just too bad that Brandon Lee, unfortunately, much like his dad, also suffered an unfortunate fate too. Because, oh man, this this is a really awesome movie. My favorite comic book movie of all time. My favorite. I gotta get that. The fact I'm having to say this like twice, like yeah, it really is. But I don't really have a whole lot else to say about it right now. But it's great. I spent like, at least like 10 minutes of this episode or whatnot talking about The Crow. But yeah, that is a movie I saw recently. And when I say recently, I mean like the past month. Like as in like literally 2 days ago would have actually been a month since I watched The Crow for the very first time. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it for what it is. Another movie I finally got to watch recently. I technically actually started like a while back. Like I would say like sometime last year, but I never got to fully watch it. And then once one battle after another, like it was like not too long after one battle after another came out, I was like, shit, maybe I should actually go back to watching it. And that is There'll Be Blood, directed by Paul Thomas Anderson, who also directed One Battle After Another. which is right now currently uh with 13 nominations going into the Academy Awards / Oscars. But right now it has been beaten by Sinners with like a whole 3 nominations, which I make a whole like a YouTube short about it. I guess I'll segue into talking about YouTube shorts and whatnot, or just YouTube in general. There was a video I watched recently about shorts on the platform being like incredibly dominant and whatnot. I don't feel like I'm one of those people where I'm like, I don't know if I really want to fully be on board with shorts. Like, I like short form content, but like again, I do feel like short form content is extremely addictive. Like, I just want to be able to just like watch a long form video without having to think about, oh shit, I need a doom scroll or whatnot, or not that I really think about doom scroll and you just do it, but like I just don't want to have like I just want to just tune onto a long form video, just not have to worry about a short form video like lurking around my search feed or whatnot. But also the thing about shorts is well, actually we'll go back to the whole thing about shorts. This had to do with the fact that as far as like this video I watched from this channel Deep Humor, they basically found like an article that said like a majority of like viewership is like coming from like shorts and music, which I mean music like doesn't surprise me because like at least for like the past decade music has like been like pretty dominant or whatnot on YouTube. But the thing that definitely scares me is the rise of generative AI and whatnot in videos and YouTube's push for genAI, in spite of the fact that they removed channels and whatnot for being slop and not being high quality enough and whatnot. But like really, we shouldn't even be having generative AI on YouTube to begin with. Or if we somehow to allow it, like do not ever allow like thousands and thousands of channels to exist. I don't want to have to know about it. But again, I'd rather all generative AI channels to be like terminated from the platform permanently and like nothing but like of generative AI on YouTube. But I can not unfortunately convince YouTube to do that because they just refuse. And I'd feel that they probably double down even more on top of like the channel removals and whatnot. But at the very least, just getting that out there. It's just like if for those who just don't know my stance on generative AI, I fucking hate generative AI. And I'm saying this also as someone who not just like edits my own videos, but also occasionally from time to time makes games and draws art for streams or whatnot, or just it's just something to just like keep my brain occupied or whatnot from time to time. But going back on topic, that video was basically saying, oh, that a part of it, like a part of the AI, part of the shorts that were being promoted were like AI shorts, and it's like, oh god, I'm I don't blame people for like wanting to like not have shorts on their YouTube feeds and whatnot. I don't blame them. But like if I was just like a regular person who just doesn't watch shorts and I saw generative AI shorts on my feed, I would be like, yeah, no, I'm straight up blocking that shit. And I would probably do the same as people on desktop and like downloading an extension to block shorts at the very least. But again, since I not only make long form content, like long form videos, and I also of course make shorts, but I just want to go on to the record to say that every short that I make is 100% not generative AI. Like, I try to do what I can to actually record everything. Even this like video right now is being recorded straight out of OBS Studio, which is what I normally record all my videos with when it comes to um my face cam here. I may have some variations where I may change a little bit. Maybe I might record off a Blackmagic camera on my phone. But for the most part, I try to record most of my stuff in OBS Studio using my phone because I don't have any high quality cameras or whatnot. That like my iPhone is gonna be as good of a quality as it's gonna be, and whatnot. But yeah, either way, I don't like that. I don't like that generative AI has lurked into so much, especially in YouTube, especially shorts. And I had to put that out there. So but going back to that video was, it definitely alarmed me. I was like, okay, yeah. I had if I have to make a disclaimer when making shorts, this was not made with AI. This is 100% real, and I will put that in the chat. Like, hey, this is not AI. But again, I don't want to. The thing with me in shorts, it's like an incredibly love-hate relationship. Like, I love it exists that I love that it does exist for people who are coming from TikTok. I can't believe I'm saying this right now because of how absolutely shitty things are right now on the platform, especially here on the US side. Which, by the way, if anyone is wondering, I deleted my account. So yeah, I'm never going back on there ever again. But I'm glad that at least shorts exist, so that way, in case if anything happens to reels on Instagram or whatnot, or the short form stuff is gone, then at least there is on the YouTube side. But I just I do feel like that short form YouTube Shorts should really just be its own separate app, so that way it does not tamper with the main YouTube stuff here. But again, that's just how I feel about it personally. I feel like shorts should exist, but they should be its own on top of I'm glad YouTube has its own separate algorithm and its own separate monetization for it. Just push it now onto its own app, and then we're good. Keep it away, so that way people aren't constantly doom scrolling shorts and whatnot. But I digress. That's probably never gonna happen. But I figured I'd at least just share my thoughts and whatnot about it. But yeah, that's all I have to really say about YouTube and shorts and AI garbage and whatnot. I know people call it slop, but I say AI garbage at the time, here, there, and there. Anyways, going back on topic to what I segued from into YouTube and shorts, and that was There Will Be Blood. I loved it. I when I stopped, I was maybe 20 minutes in. Even though it's not that long, it's 2 hours and 17 minutes or something like that. I can't remember exactly run times, but I liked it for what it is. I don't normally watch period pieces, but I don't normally watch period pieces just too often, but I loved it for what it is. It's based off of a novel by Upton Sinclair, I think it's Upton Sinclair. Oh. But I watched it, and I do agree with people online that the ending is definitely haunting. But also pretty quotable. Because I call myself numerous times saying the milkshake line. Which is which again is the thing that makes it so disturbing is that line, because again, going into spoiled territory, although Paul Dano's character has asked for can you come over? We have plenty of oil and whatnot. And of course, sorry, I'm taking my time. Daniel Day-Lewis's character, uh, obviously it's static. Let's say that there's so much oil, even though there's like they were literally literally explosion uh in one of the I don't know what you call it, like shaft, like oil shaft or something, but it was like a oil, like, a huge gushing of oil or whatnot, and it turned into flames. But hearing that line, like the whole thing about the milkshake, because basically is what he's saying is like like I drink your milk, like when he's saying like I have you have milkshake, I have milkshake, uh, it's basically kind of it's just kind of like saying like that he took his like that he basically took his own took Paul Daniels' character's own land and whatnot, and like took all the oil up. Basically, like Al like saying, I control everything. Like I control all like in this region, I control every bit of oil and whatnot. So like it really comes full circle, and of course gets pretty disturbing when you hear that line. Like my stroll goes across the room and starts drinking your milkshake, and of course the like the last like line, or like I'm gonna try to improvise as best I can. But I drink your milkshake. I drink it up, or something like that. That's basically what it sounds like. That's it. That's basically like the bit that like it's supposed to be shocking. I was like, oh shit, this is this is this is definitely a disturbing line to hear. But like one that feels like it kind of comes full circle there at the end. But again, this whole movie, I feel like I would. This definitely feels like something I would like, much like with The Crow, that I would love to go back and watch again. Because I feel they're because kind of like with like when it comes to like watching movies, like for like people, for those who are like, I can say film appreciationists. Like, I can't pronounce or like film nerds or whatnot, or film appreciation nerds and whatnot. Going back into the movie and seeing if you've missed something like the first time you watched it or the second time you watched it, how many times like, oh, okay, there's another thing I missed. That's kind of how I feel about this movie. That's kind of how I feel this movie, and maybe The Crow. I definitely love to see if there's any other bits of lore to the story that is definitely worth a shot and whatnot. But I will definitely see. Upon my next watch of this. But yeah. I can't believe I'm saying this. We already passed a half hour just of me just discussing things. That's it's pretty great. It's pretty great that I was able to get a half hour of like stuff. I mean, it hasn't really hit half hour yet, but I'm getting pretty close to hitting a half hour just discussing shit. But either way, my plan in closing thoughts, because I don't want to make this super long. In closing thoughts, I want to try to aim to make like hour long podcasts or whatnot, or hour long podcast episodes. Although I can't personally guarantee it. I would like to try to do like one every week and have them posted on Friday nights at like 11. U.S. Eastern and whatnot, or for my European tapes and whatnot. That's basically universal time clock minus 5 hours. At least right now, before the daylight savings kicks in, then it'll be minus 4 hours. But that's basically New York time for my European peeps. When the podcast, when I'm looking to drop the podcast episodes on. But either way, man, oh man, I'm pretty happy that I was able to get a whole half hour to to just discuss about things. Um, I'm aiming for Fridays to release them. I'll see how I feel like when it comes to like making these episodes. Because again, like the whole point of this, as I mentioned at the beginning of this recording, the whatnot, is that I want to try to like just like talk about things just off the top of my head. Whatever just comes to me, I'll just talk about it, and see if I can spend a whole hour like discussing whatever comes to my head. And if I do, that's great, awesome. I can get a whole hour in. I'd say the worst case scenario, I can probably get like 45 minutes in. But I want to try and aiming to get an hour, like at least an hour to an hour and a half in of discussions and whatnot, about things. At the very least. I would like as far as how long I would take like recording episodes, or like or my frequency. I'm looking like actually, when I plan on wanting to shoot it in the week, better yet, um, I'm planning like I plan on like wanting to record episodes on Wednesdays. Although may depend on my timing and whatnot. For things, I might end up doing Sunday night recordings, worst case scenario, but or maybe I might do two. Maybe I might do two recordings a week, and then I can just just do one, or maybe I can just do like one like for Friday, and I can just do like a bonus episode that Sunday or whatnot. I don't know, but either way, I'm glad I finally got this out at the very least, and I'm glad that at least you tuned in to watch this. I don't know when I'll be doing the next episode, but at the very least, I want to just drop by and say thank you for popping in for the introduction episode of SwaggBae After Dark, and I hope to see you all in the next one, whenever that may be. It probably will be sometime in February. But by the time this episode comes out, it's going to be February, but at the time of recording this, it is still currently the end of January, like January 31st. But either way, it'll probably a little later. It'll probably be a little later, maybe after Super Bowl. I don't know. But either way, I will see you guys all in the next episode, whenever that may be. Goodbye.